Welcome to this week's edition of PDL Techniques. Today I want to show you Speedgrader. This is a tool that is available inside of Canvas that will allow you to provide feedback to assignments that have been submitted, but it gives you options in terms of the type of feedback that you can give to your students, and it allows you to go through the process very quickly, and it also has some additional features inside the grading that I wanted to demonstrate for you. So there's various ways that you can access SpeedGrader. You can go directly to the assignment itself and go to SpeedGrader. For the purposes of this demonstration, I'm going to actually do this from my gradebook. Now, I also want to note that in this video that this is a sandbox course with mock students in this. So any information that you see in here is not real data. This is just mock data for the purposes of this training. So for me to get to SpeedGrader through my gradebook, I am going to click on Grades. And up at the top here, I'm going to have my assignments listed here. And what I can do when I want to get to SpeedGrader is I can go to whatever assignment I want to review and begin giving grades for. I can go to that particular assignment. And right next to it, you'll see three dots when you hover over it. So when I hover over it, I'm going to click on those three dots, and there you will see SpeedGrader. Once you get into SpeedGrader, you're going to see a few things. You're going to see the name of the assignment up here at the top that will include some basic information, including the due date for this assignment. You will also see across the top, you will see the student's name that you are for the submission that you are evaluating. You'll see a little circle there, and that circle will indicate the status of this submission. So in this case, you'll see this dark blue circle here, and that indicates that a submission has been turned in, but it has not been graded yet. You'll see in a few minutes here, we are going to give this assignment a grade, and you'll see how that changes the circle. You also see the arrows here. So the arrows will allow me to move from one student to the next. So I can use that to go from one student to the next. You'll also notice that as I go through some of the students, some of them don't have a circle next to their name. That simply indicates that the student has not turned in a submission for this assignment. All right, so once we're ready to evaluate the student submission, over here in this open space, we'll be able to view the submission. So this could be a document file, it could be a Google Doc, it could be a variety of things, it could be a video. Sometimes you might see links in here that you can click on to view the content. As the case is here, you'll see there's a link here that says click here to view, and I can click on it. And so now, and I see that this particular submission is a video. So I could click here, watch this video, or view this document to see the student submission. Okay, so once I have viewed this area and looked at my student submission, I can go over here and start looking at the feedback that I want to provide my student. So a couple of things that you will notice here is you'll see there is an option here for submission to view. So if you have instances where students are allowed to submit their assignment multiple times, they have multiple attempts to turn in their assignment, you will see a listing of all of their submissions, and you can go back and click on the different dates to see what their submission was. So you will be able to view that. You'll notice that this particular one is an image, and this gives me a few additional tools that I can use to mark up or to add some annotation to this as well. So sometimes depending on the submission, you might have some additional features that you have access to provide some additional feedback for your students. I'm going to go back to the original one. And so again, you can go here to view the different submissions for the students. Below it, you'll see the assessment. I can go here and I can give my students a score. This will pop up based off of what you determine would be the range of the score or the maximum score when you created the assignment. So you'll be able to see that there. And then I have a drop down here to give the students a score. So in this case, this particular assignment is a complete or incomplete assignment. So I can just go here and I can mark this as complete. And now it marks it as complete. You'll notice now, instead of a circle, that students now has a check mark indicating that this particular assignment has been marked as complete. Now, keep in mind, please, that I'm going to just mark it as incomplete as well. And notice the check mark is still there. The check mark does not indicate that the student successfully completed all the requirements for the assignment. It just means that you have graded the assignment. So don't let that check mark fool you. It will always display whether you have the student is marked as complete or incomplete. It's just a measure for you to know that this assignment was graded. So below it here, I can give some feedback for my students. I can leave comments if I want to, so I can type in whatever content that I want my students to read for their feedback. In addition to that, it does give me a few other options too. I can upload or attach a file to this. So if I wanted to remind the student what the expectations were for this assignment, I can click on this and give them a link to maybe a rubric that we've made, or any kind of directions or guidance that was originally given. I can link that there. I can also record feedback. So instead of having written feedback here, I can record my feedback here. So when I click on this, you'll see that my media option will pop up. So I can record myself from here, or I can, if I just want to record my voice, I can click on the webcam and hit no video, and now just record, do an audio recording from here. So I have the capability to use the media option to record feedback from my students. I also have the option to do speech recognition here as well, and this would allow me to speak into Canvas what I want to appear here. So it'll take my voice and put the words that I speak into Canvas and put it in text in the comment options. So that's a nice speech recognition option there. So you have a variety of different features that are available to you to give students feedback. So one of the additional things that is really helpful when you're using Canvas is the way you can view your students. So you do have the ability to view your students anonymously. So if you want to go through and view all of the assignments, but hide the students' names, you do have that capability. So when you go over here, you will see the settings button, this little gear that's over here on the top left-hand corner. When you click on settings, you're going to see the link that says options. You're going to choose options. And then you're going to see a few things here. You're going to see some ways that you can have your list sorted. So it can be sorted alphabetically, or you can sort by date or by submission status. So if I want all my students who have not turned in assignments, or all the assignments that need to be graded, to be listed first, you can choose that option. But underneath it, you'll notice there's a checkbox here that says hide students' names in Speedgrader. So I can click on this option, check that box off, and when I hit Save Settings, now instead of seeing my students' names, I see student 1, student 2. I can scroll through here, and it will just give me the number assigned to that student, but it will hide the student's name, and that will take away any potential possibility for grading with bias or anything like that. So it's a nice, just additional feature that's available inside of Canvas that you can take advantage of as you're doing your grading. So that is Speedgrader, the grading option and feedback tool that you can use in Canvas. It's a great way and a quick way to provide the students the necessary feedback for all of their assignments.